This is a political issue, unfortunately. Who gets the money and where it goes and all that kind of stuff. And I'd hate to work for the state, no offense, Milton. They're doing a good job. I think the state, we're ahead. We have the Energy Leadership Council and the whole administration in Olympia really understands this subject. And Gregoire has been to McKinstry several times. So here's my last observations and or opinions. Though we know the consumer public needs to be educated, elected officials in this country are way behind understanding. I know because I've met with about 100 of them that I didn't like in the last 2 years. So you can't have elected officials not understanding the stuff I'm telling you, particularly in regards to how do you do incentives and regulation and grants and all that stuff if you don't know the numbers and you don't know where Obama was so happy because he finally said, okay, now I understand that person's a green job. They were all talking about green jobs. Nobody knew what a green job was or how many there are. So finally, there's some stats on it. 2, we must view energy efficiency as a source of energy. It cannot be, it is in the back seat to renewables in funding. You can't decouple the utilities. It's a big problem. We need to get money, incentive money to people that own infrastructure to incentivize them. If you want the greenhouse gases lowered, you want to lower the amount of power we're using, you're going to have to understand the biggest, quickest gains are in the built environment. 3, I told you everything's being monitored and measured. We're monitoring 80 million feet of buildings across the country, how fast the fans are going, where there's a leak, how hot the room is, if the boiler's functioning right, if things shut down, electrical goes up. And we're doing all from a dashboard in our Seattle office. Many of you here have seen it. 4, the waste stream is changing a lot and is a hot source of business ideas. Because people are changing what they're throwing in the garbage, and they're changing what they bought, and the amount is going down on the icky stuff, and the recycling is going up, and now they're finding, there's a bad story about bottled waters. How many people drink a lot of bottled water? I do. Well, only me. Yikes. Okay, I'll stop. Geez, in France, you think we drink a lot of bottled water? Man, those people are insane. Every single person has a bottle of water in their hands, like a phone here. Number 6, businesses need to be seen as the new environmentalists. And the reason I say that is because the advocacy since Earth Day of the conservationist environmental movement did a really good job of advocacy to get to the tipping point where the consumers, us citizens said, okay, deforestation and climate change and polar bears getting into Redmond, Washington, and all that kind of stuff. We finally agreed. We're pushing elected officials for regulation, policy. Who in those 3 can actually execute the plan? We can't get this done without business. Business is going to be the mechanism to get the things done. McKinstry is just one of them. And there's thousands of agriculture, all kinds of stuff going on. Agriculture, and remediation, and transportation, and engineer design, and manufacturing. But business will solve the problem. And that's I guess what do you call that, a shameless plug for us corporate people. Last thing I was going to say is remind you that we are in a brand position fight. The span of the opportunities in the state to promote it, to tell the story, to educate our kids, to align the apprenticeship programs, to align the curricula in community colleges, to get the STEM into high school, to get the voc techs, to get the workforce development organizations aligned. How will people organize themselves in businesses in 20 years? So there's demographic issues, there's social issues, so nothing. So to conclude, I want to say this. You can look at the person next to you to see someone who could really make a difference in transforming not only the opportunities for our workforce, but our kids and actually winning the economic, it's a big economic prize for the state if it's branded as a leader in clean technology. No question about it. And everyone in this room has a really important role in that. And I think if we want to secure leadership in the clean energy world, this is where it starts. So thank you very much.